Fiji, and a warm welcome to Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits. We've got a wonderful program today, especially now with non-communicable diseases claiming a lot of lives. In fact, 80% of deaths in Fiji. So the rise of NCDs has been driven by primarily four major risk factors: tobacco use, and that's probably me having too much Tabasco sauce. But anyway, physical inactivity, the harmful use of alcohol, and unhealthy diets. So every day, people raid Google, search looking for a type of alternative medicine treatment for how to body detox and cleanse. So we've got to explain more. Our guest today is natural health entrepreneur LUVI. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Louis. I'm LUVI ADRICULA, and thank you for the privilege of allowing me to talk about healthy living. Actually, it will be more of teaching people or educating people how to prevent sickness. That's all about our group.
Thank you. That's really important. So, LUVI, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Philippines, and we came to Fiji because of my husband's work. But because I am unemployed, I decided to volunteer my knowledge with the Ministry of Agriculture way back in 2012, wherein I involved with bee farming. That was how I started.
Oh, so you started with bee farming. You still have your bee farm?
We didn't actually go into bee farming. It was just the knowledge of doing bee farming. But when I gave my first product to the officer, Mr. Kamal Prasad, he said, "Can you please explore on how to use honey in food preservation? Make more products about that." So that is how I got started with all these things.
Oh, I see. So, but LUVI, how did you get into the business of health using only natural ingredients?
Okay. It started with the idea in the Philippines. Both my parents died of cancer, and I know that the medical field, I feel, cannot answer the cancer problem. So when I was 32 years old and I already have a degree in accountancy, I got involved with natural products like Herbalife International, Symmetry International. These are actually international products that came to the Philippines introducing herbal things. And I got involved with them. I got trained. I was promoting those international products. And then when I came to Fiji, I couldn't bring in the products to Fiji for our personal consumption. So I decided, and back in the Philippines, we are making one product that actually heals our body naturally. So when I came to Fiji, and a pastor, a friend of mine, by the way, said, if you come to Fiji and honey is not expensive, you might as well try exploring the use of honey. So I started doing the homemade products in my home, gave it to some of my friends, and then some of my friends got healed. And then I ended up asking for how I can get honey from the Ministry of Agriculture. And then, so I got introduced, and then I gave a sample of my product to Mr. Kamal Prasad, and he said he has chest pain and then heart palpitation or something. And then he said, "LUVI, my heart palpitation went away. So looks like your product is good. Explore more about this." So he asked me to form a group. So there were around 25 of us taking the bee farming course at the Ministry of Agriculture in 2012, November of 2012. That was how we started.
Right. So what did you give this guy to make his heart palpitations normal?
It's actually amazing juice with chlorophyll.
Okay, chlorophyll. Could you tell me what chlorophyll is?
Chlorophyll is the green coloring in plant.
And, oh, right. Yes, we learned that in school.
And we have a product in the Philippines, which is actually chlorophyll by Edmark International.
Oh.
It's made from mulberry leaf.
Okay.
But it's already processed in the Philippines. So what we did is actually to lacto-ferment it in Fiji with honey.
Oh, that sounds really good.
So that was our first product.
Okay, so how do you extract it again? You have to get the leaf and ferment
No,
it.
actually, it's already bottled
Oh,
in
okay.
liquid form. It's already processed and bottled
Oh,
in
so you
liquid
bring it
form.
from the
Yes. So
Philippines.
the only thing that we do is to lacto ferment it in honey at that time.
Oh, wow. So this was the one that
This is
fixed
the
his
first.
heart
This is
palpitation.
our first product,
So
and
you
then
call it again the
amazing
amazing,
juice with chlorophyll.
oh, amazing juice with chlorophyll. So what else is it good for?
Well, actually, you can use this actually for cleaning wounds.
Okay.
And then for coughs and cold too.
Okay.
It was actually a general thing.
Yes. Well, I mean, I just had some of your ginger and honey because I've got a bad
Sure.
cough. And
Yeah.
yeah, see, I was just worrying I might cough during the show. But I
Okay.
feel, really good with what you gave me. So that one is specifically for the cough.
Yeah.
That's the
The
ginger
ginger, yes.
fermented
Lacto
in.
fermented in honey. Ginger juice, lacto fermented in
Ooh,
honey.
so
Yes.
how long is the fermenting process?
21 days.
21 days.
Yes.
Okay, that's lovely. So, why did you choose the field of natural health remedies for your business? I mean, it's not only yours. You actually
Have
do
a
the.
group.
You have a group.
I have a
So
group.
maybe you might like to explain how you formed the group.
Okay. As I have said, it all started with my parents both dying of cancer. So I need to find out something that is natural. So with that, I learned, I really made the research on what fruits and vegetables can do to our body. With the products, with the international products not coming to Fiji, I decided to explore the juices of fruits and vegetables.
So you
And
had to do a lot of research for this to find
researching
out what.
first,
Yeah.
yes, researching first, and then
Right.
making products out of it. But of course, the basic procedure is lacto fermentation.
Oh.
Yes, so
that's probably the secret.
so the reason we were successful actually to develop additional products and send it to Fiji Coronavia Laboratory for testing.
See, I mean, that's really good. You actually sent it to a proper
Yes.
laboratory to clear it?
Yes,
And yeah. Okay.
and we praise God because the Ministry of Agriculture right now, the Mr. Ashwin Kumar, who replaced Mr. Kamal Prasad, actually is very supportive in helping us send our products to the Fiji Coronavia Laboratory.
Well, that's lovely. We'll be back soon with more. Stay with us on Speak Your Mind, Gold FM, only the classic hits. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits. And we're talking to our friend, a health entrepreneur, LUVI. Now, very interesting, LUVI, what you have been sharing with us, because I like the fact of natural remedies. Of course, we've got the hospitals too, but a lot of people do love to use, like what you're doing, the natural remedies. So your group, you said that they all tried the products that you did before actually, joining and holding hands, going into the business. Can you tell us more?
Okay, there were 25 of us who took the training under the beef farming division, and then out of that, around 12 actually continued to really explore using the juices in the different honey. I mean, how we use honey in preserving all these different kinds of juices. And by the way, my group are actually composed of retired public servants, and then from the private sector as well, retirees and widows. So, and then I also have some, people who are in business. And so but on a small scale, I mean.
Right. So I suppose you drink your medicine regularly?
Yes, Preferred Consumer Marketing Cooperative is the name of the group right now.
Okay.
We were also registered back under the Ministry of Women as Preferred Consumer Marketing Club. So we are recognized by 3 ministries actually, and all our members are actually using the product as a way of avoiding sickness. And if you happen to contact a virus outside, we actually use the very same products and use it on a 24-hour basis, like every 2 to 3 hours you drink it, and we naturally heal ourselves.
Which is much better because, I mean, we've got the fact that people abusing antibiotics.
Yes.
So it's so much better to be able to get healed without depending on antibiotics too much? Because now I believe the antibiotics are not working really well.
Become resistant.
Yes, the germs become resistant and even stronger.
Yeah, and I think I would like to introduce to you that our products are probiotic rich. So defining or classifying what's the main difference between probiotics and antibiotics. Well, antibiotics are cultured in the laboratory and done. It's man-made in the laboratories.
Right.
Probiotics, on the other hand, are naturally occurring living organisms which is present in us, in living in all the plants and animals around.
That's amazing.
That's probiotics. So and it's also abundant and naturally occurring in raw honey. I mean, when I'm saying raw honey, it should be the honey that has not been heated.
Right. Because if you heat it, it'll kill everything.
Yes.
It has to be.
The probiotics are the primary thing that gets killed, because when you say define probiotic in layman's language, it's called living organisms or good bacteria.
Right, good bacteria. That's what you can find in yogurt as well.
Yes, true.
But yes.
But in yogurt, it's just a strain of probiotics.
Oh, I see.
Whereas our juices is a probiotic culture.
Okay, so just say, for instance, I got a really bad flu or virus, and you were to give me some medicine. How often or how long would I have to take it to
You have
get
to
better?
take it regularly until you heal.
Oh,
That's
I
how it
see.
works.
Right.
But with probiotics, there's no such thing as overdose. So you can actually nip it every minute, every hour, or something like that. Just a nip. And you don't really need to take in big quantities. Even just the lid of this would be enough.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you have detox programs as well?
Yes, we have. We actually have the three. Our products, that the latest that was tested at Coronivia, we have 9 products which were suggested to me to call the attention of the Ministry of Health, because they are actually found to be loaded with vitamins and nutrients. So we classified our 9 products into 2, which is actually the 3 days detox program and then the health maintenance pack.
I see. So when you say you do the detoxification program, how do you do it?
Okay, we are giving everybody the option. If a person has not yet gone into any detoxification, we wanted the person to be first in tune with probiotics. So what we suggest is that they take our 3 days detox program, which should be used under a 3 days fasting period. We require them to use it first on a lid cap basis for the whole month.
Okay.
With eating regularly, but you take a lid cap of each of our products. We have body and colon cleanse, liver cleanse, gallbladder cleanse, and amazing berries. So they just take a lid every time they eat their regular meal.
Okay, so there's nothing that you're not allowed to take.
Yeah, for the first month, we are just asking you to make probiotics in your body in tune with probiotics.
So, like the first month, you just can eat normally then?
Yeah, you can eat normally.
But just have a cap full.
A lid cap, yeah, to go with it.
With your meal?
Yes. Huh?
We have a cap full, like
a lid cap, yeah, just a lid.
Is that like before you eat, or?
It's a choice on your
It's
part,
up to you?
although we suggest that before eating would be better, especially that a lot of people here are a bit overweight. Yes.
Okay. Now, you said that you researched about vitamins and minerals before you actually went into this. Now, what does vitamin and minerals do in our body? Maybe you're like a doctor. You're a natural doctor.
I would rather say that the findings of the vitamins and minerals in our products was done by the Fiji Coronivia Laboratory. And it was only through them that I said, oh my goodness, praise God for allowing the use, for creating the honey. Because honey is the only food that doesn't go bad.
Never
even
goes
1,000
bad.
years.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, it must have been there for a purpose.
So those vitamins and minerals that are in each and every product, it actually has a corresponding effect on our body. Say for instance, we have our amazing berries, it was found to be having calcium content of 1,593 milligrams per liter.
Wow.
And then we have potassium of 1,199 milligrams per liter again, and a lot of other things like magnesium, sodium, and then iron, copper, zinc, magnesium. All these vitamins and minerals were tested and found out by Fujiko Renewable Laboratory.
Wow.
Now, as for the berries, what does it really do to the body? So
Okay, what berries are these?
These, when we say amazing berries, these cover all the berries: blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry.
Okay, we'll have to come back for more on Speak Your Mind Gold FM, only the classic hits. Thank you a lot for your company, and I do hope you're enjoying this Talkback show. Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits. I do hope you're enjoying the show. Health is very important. I mean, everyone wants to live a good life. If you don't have your health, then, I mean, your life is going to be miserable. Yes, so LUVI was where we left off. We were talking about the vitamin and minerals that the Coronavir Research Center had found in your products, and I'm quite amazed all those wonderful minerals and vitamins that are actually in it. So you can continue from where you left off.
The vitamins and minerals is not the real thing. What is more important is the results of this in the body. So what can amazing berries do to your body? It reduces DNA damage. It provides a bounty of antioxidants. It helps lower blood pressure. It provides energy lift. Needed daily. It helps maintain brain function. It is anti-tumor, anti-cancer, and anti-diabetes. It helps fight urinary tract infection, and it strengthens the bones and the muscles. So what I'm saying is that the vitamins and the minerals that is found in our products actually has the following results in our body. So that is the most important thing. But as I have said, we don't have to look at these products as something to heal your body. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure.
Exactly.
So in which case, I would like the people to get interested more into how you can avoid sickness by using our products daily. We eat a lot of processed foods.
Right.
And if we go back to the Bible, what does God say about our food? Let every herb-bearing plant that has seeds in it, and let every tree that bears fruit with seed in it, let it be your food. Unfortunately, if we go through what we are eating in one day, probably we eat a lot more of the cooked food and the processed food than what God created for us.
The fresh food.
Yes.
Well, I think our villagers, they're very lucky. They're having the fresh food, you know, the roro, bele, the fish. But for us in the city, well, sometimes you go for all the processed foods, like you said.
Yes, but do you know that when we cook our food and it reaches boiling point, you actually kill 100% the probiotics. And what is left? A little of the vitamins and minerals. And when the greens turns brown while you're cooking, you don't get anything at all.
That's true. So, like if you cook bele, for instance, you have still has to be green.
So
just very briefly, dip it in the hot water, I suppose.
Yes, that's right. Actually, when you're cooking, we tell them, okay, cook your meat and everything, put off the fire and throw in your greens. That's how it
That's
works.
how you're supposed to do it.
Yes,
Okay.
in order to maintain the vitamins
goodness.
and minerals in it.
Yes, because vitamins and minerals have a purpose in our body, in our blood.
Yes, true.
Like you said, like, you know, for honey, it's ancient, it can't go bad.
Yes.
And, it cures so many sicknesses as well.
Yes.
And the thing is that all your products...
All our products have honey content in it.
Okay, so...
No less than 33%.
So you were saying, right, like as a believer, as a Christian, do you have anything that mentions honey in the Bible?
Yes.
You do?
Eat thou honey, for it is good. Proverbs 25:16. So, I mean, it says there, eat honey so that you don't overdose. Otherwise, you vomit.
Oh,
That's actually in Proverbs 25:16.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is that honey is food by itself. So if you take in at least 1 tablespoon of honey a day, there was a president of the United States who takes honey just 1 tablespoon a day. I just forgot who among the presidents of the United States, but he lived up to age 99.
And he drank, I mean,
And
he took honey every day.
Yes.
It was like a part of his routine.
So
Well,
when we came to Fiji, we actually literally decided to take sugar out of our diet and instead replace it with honey.
perfect. I mean, as you say, it's in the Christian scriptures. It's also in the Islamic scriptures as well. They've got a whole chapter which is called honey.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, I mean, that is the goodness of this wonderful thing that has been given to us on this earth.
Yes.
So, maybe you might like to explain the other medicines that you have. You've got so much. I've seen soursop and,
Yes.
I even saw sage leaves. So, maybe
Yes.
you might like to explain more on that.
Well, actually, our moringa is not yet part of the detox. Yeah, it's part of our detox program, but not in 100% because our body and colon cleanse. Our body and colon cleanse is composed of moringa, cucumber, coriander, parsley, lettuce, capsicum, and celery. So this is how it looks. Like
green.
say, for instance,
Green.
for the body and colon cleanse, we have 7 green leafy vegetables that is in it. And by the way, when we make our products, we are just extracting the juices of the products without any water content. So it's pure
it's
juice.
pure.
It's pure
Okay.
juices of fruits and vegetables, and then lacto fermented in honey. So we praise God that honey has the ability to preserve the nutrients of these fruits and vegetables. And the probiotic culture is not an invention or my talk. Actually, we see how it works in our body. And that is one of the reasons why we get to love our products. In fact, our products is not extensively, we don't produce a lot. We produce just enough for our personal consumption, the members' consumption. Their referrals come into us. We are not a big scale thing.
Oh,
But we are looking forward that through this thing, the funding institution will take notice of us to help us so that we can so that every member could have their own machines, because my idea of empowerment is actually to have it one product, one person. We are right now a registered cooperative. We have 12 members, active members, and every product is assigned to one member.
okay. So you, the teacher, you taught them how to
I taught them how to
do mix.
make their own products.
Oh.
So if we have 34 products tested at Coronivia Laboratory, then it means we can create 2 more cooperatives of 12.
Okay. Well, we'll have more. And when we return, stay with us on Speak Your Mind, Gold FM, only the classic hits. This is Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits. We've got entrepreneur LUVI talking about, how you need to look after your health and how she can help you. Now, LUVI, health maintenance. I would like you to talk about that.
Okay, we have actually, after the 3 days detoxification process, okay, as I have said earlier, detox first. Use the detox product on a regular basis at a lid cup. But after a month, we suggest that you go into the 3 days detox program where you really have to fast using our 3 days detox pack.
Okay.
After that, then we have a health maintenance pack, which means you have Lai. You are aware of Lai,
yes, I am.
how children are given Lai every morning. So we also, our first product is Lai for every morning under the health maintenance pack. And then if you eat an oily food, cooked food thing, then we have our honey apple vinegar. So that to ensure that you will flush out everything, all the oily things that you have eaten.
Right.
And then we have amazing kumquat, which actually helps the absorption of nutrients in the body. And then we have amazing noni, which helps you give a good night's sleep. And at the same time, noni is known for preventive for dreaded diseases.
Right.
So a lid cup of it every day is something that could ensure you that you are fit. And we have the noni kumquat, which is actually used for external use, for wound healing, for mouth sores. But
Wow.
more than anything else, even if we're talking about all these natural things, I just would like everybody to remember it is God who gives us the breath of life.
Mhm.
If God doesn't, even before we were born, we know God already knows how long will we live. Eh?
Yes.
So all these things that we are showing you cannot guarantee anything. So I would like you to thank God first for allowing, giving us the wisdom to have these natural things preserved in all in honey, which He also created. We should honor first the Creator before the creation.
Right. So, like you advise people to pray and then
Yes,
take the
acknowledge
medicine,
Him.
acknowledge God that because He's provided all these
Yes,
healthy plants around us
yes, true.
to make us
That's the
healthy.
most important
So
thing.
you always mention that they should thank God
in
and
in all our
pray.
products, because also in God has something to say about sickness and healing in Job, and it says God sends us sickness because He wants He sends us dreams first, because he wants us to acknowledge Him, to keep us away from pride. That is first. And then He sends us sickness second. And the third is He makes our bones stick out. When I saw those verses in Job, I was shocked, because we sometimes acknowledge that we get sick because of the weather. We get sick because of this and that. But
Okay.
we never thought about that. God wants to call our attention. So for me, as a Christian, I believe that when something goes wrong, Lord, what is it? I take it as an opportunity to confess,
Mm-mm.
and ask God for forgiveness, whatever I have done. And then I said, Lord, let your divine healing power flow through these juices that you have created. We don't acknowledge that we made these products. It's God who made the juice, the fruits, and allowed the fruits and vegetables to grow. We just juiced it. We locked the fermented it in honey. We are just instruments to make a product out of it. But we don't acknowledge that we made it. It's God who made it. And we praise God that by telling people about it, then people who take a step of faith to trust God as the final authority in health and healing sees the rewards of it.
Wow. So
So
I'm sure that you've had a lot of people who've drunk it and seen the benefits of it, but we may talk about that later. But yes, continue with what you were
but
saying.
I think one of the best things that we were also made known for is actually for healing diabetic wounds.
Okay.
Our products, we have three three members in our group who are Tuvaluans. It means they came from Tuvalu. They just came here because they were patients. They were advised to go into amputation. And at that time, I challenged them, if you can take a step of faith to take away antibiotics and use probiotics just for a try, give it a week, and then it's up to you to decide. I'm not competing with the medical field. No. I just wanted you to avoid amputation if God will allow it, not
Okay.
me.
Right.
So we actually went into it. They were taking our probiotic juices, and I was cleaning their wounds, and I was ozonating their wounds with the use of our noni kamkot. And
Oh.
then they saw the improvement on it. So they decided to go all the way. So some healed in 1 to 3 months, some healed in 4 months. The former Prime Minister of Tuvalu, Mr. Sopuanga, healed in 3 weeks. I was cleaning his wound.
Man, that's so nice of
So
you.
he actually couldn't walk. He was in his room. His feet was brownish black. He was just in bed. And then I told him about the detox. He went into the detox, and then after a week's time, he managed to sit up. He managed to walk in the walker, and then so it was a stage, and
Gradual.
then the swelling went down. So on the third week, he said, okay, the swelling went down, but look at my legs, it's full of scales. I said, we just have to ozonate it. So I ozonated it.
So what does that mean?
There is a machine which is called an ozonator,
Okay.
which actually, it pumps in oxygen into the wound.
Oh.
And that is one of the reasons why the wound heals, because wound needs oxygen. When a wound is brown black, normally they say it has to be scraped. The black thing is dead, something
Yes,
like
yes,
that,
yes.
right? With us, when the wound is black brown, we just ozonate it, and the black brown becomes pink. Then it becomes red through ozonation. I do ozonation on a daily basis with
So
the
how long
patients.
does it take, like, before doing that?
Well, actually, the ozonation sometimes has to be done morning and afternoon.
Okay.
Sometimes it has to be daily
For a week, a
for
month?
a week, a month, depending on the gravity of the wound.
But this is the first time I've heard of
Yes,
this.
true.
Uh,
And this is what the
So
Tuval ones are
we'll
really
have to get
after.
back to that. I know. Too interesting. Gold FM, only the classic hits. I'm Louise Kaunisela. Stay with us. We'll be back for more. Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits, and this is our live radio talkback show. Our last segment now, if you have a question, you can call 3220907, or if you have a Digicel phone, 77320907. So, LUVI, we left off with something quite new to me. You spoke about
Ozonation.
ozonation. So, you might like to continue from
Okay,
that.
ozonation is a process wherein you use a machine called Ozonator. And it actually turns water, which is H2O, two hydrogen, one oxygen. It converts water into O3, which means 3 oxygen atoms. So oxygen is something that is important for a wound to heal.
Right.
So when we submerge the wound in ozonated water, which is fortified with a amazing noni kumquat, then what happens to the black wound? It turns brown. When it becomes brown, we still continue with the ozonation process until it becomes pink. Well, it's now saying that the wound is coming back to life, or is being nourished back to health.
So I can imagine when you see it going pink, you must feel very happy.
Happy already, true. But the best part of it is when it turns red and it starts bleeding.
Okay.
It really, when it starts bleeding, next to that is the closing of the wound.
So like
that's
it's
how
showing
it
signs of getting back to life again.
Yes, so that's how the wound grows. Yeah? I mean, once it starts bleeding, you will see the white thing around, and that white thing will slowly. That's already the skin coming up, and that will close the wound. It's a long process for people who wanted to heal with our natural things.
Yeah.
You will have to look at months, 1, 2, 3 months, 4 months. I can't guarantee anything.
You can't guarantee,
yeah,
but you have got testimonies where it has worked.
I tell people you need to pray to God. You need to ask God for mercy that He will allow you to heal naturally. Your life is not in my hands, it's in God's hand. I am just an instrument to assist you on how to save a leg. But then through that, we actually do the ozonation, and they see the improvement in the wound. Yeah, that's why they continue to go on. Otherwise, they will go to the
Yes,
hospital.
I can imagine. But you know, Fiji has the highest deaths in the world because of diabetes. I mean, that is so bad. I mean, the amputations, that's another story again.
Okay, so the best way for diabetes is, if I would say, please go into intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting means if we have 24 hours, you only have to eat within the first 8 hours. Your breakfast, lunch, and dinner as a diabetic should be concentrated on the first 8 hours. And after 8 hours, you need to go into natural juices to feed your body. If you can do that, I believe diabetes will go away.
Oh man, that is lovely. And anyway,
but of course, in the first 8 hours, our products is incorporated with that to the health maintenance pack. Yeah?
Okay, so you said that you have a group of 12. So I suppose you've trained them really well on all this,
yes,
even
majority.
for cleansing wounds too?
Oh, sadly, because I am the only one who has the Ozonator, although we're planning to buy one for the cooperative, from the cooperative fund.
Oh, okay, so
I'm the only one
doing we can
that.
buy it here. We can't buy that here, can we?
No,
At a chemist?
can't.
But
really
Philippines?
I bought, mine was bought in the Philippines, a bit expensive. 25,000 pesos in the Philippines. My Ozonator, but it's already 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
You can buy it online, but unfortunately, the made in China one, I'm not so sure how long will it last.
So for the medical field, and hang on, there's someone here. Gold FM, only the classic hits. How may I help you? Speak your mind.
I have one question regarding these health
Sure.
issues. The question is, do you have herbal medicine that detoxifies liver and kidney?
Yes, sir. We have the liver cleanse that goes with our 3 days detox program. In fact, if you go, probably what I could say is that our detox program detoxifies the body and colon, the liver, and the gallbladder in 3 days. And then if you want, probably the difference that our detox program has over the rest in the market is that it also nourishes your body. While it detoxifies or eliminates the poison in your body, it nourishes you. And that is in accordance with what the Cornevia laboratory has found out with the nutrients that we have in our products.
So I see it also takes out all the poisons and toxins that is in your body, and also sort of like enhances your kidney.
Yes.
Okay, so I can go where and get this?
We will be showcasing at Shirley Park in Lautoka in the Mini Expo. But you can also organize a group of at least 10 people, and I can come over and do the presentation personally with your group, if you may. I hope you're on Suva to Lautoka. Suva to Lautoka side, not from Sabu-Sabu side.
So you're not coming to Suva?
I'm in Suva right now, sir.
So do you have a place where I can get this medicine?
Actually, we are a cooperative based in Osori. But we don't have yet a store. But at the moment, Sister Mary Poletini in Lamy has the products with her on stock. I also have mine on stock with me. It's actually on stock with some of the members. So people can just call our members and then they buy from our members.
Okay, so I can call. Can you give me a number that I can call?
Sir, I can serve your. I can serve. Where are you actually? It's your location that is important.
I'm Samambula Suva.
Samambula Suva. I'm the nearest to you at the moment, so you can call me. I actually can serve your need, although I live in Tangimodia Place. Temporarily.
So maybe you give your number to him?
My phone number is 972-8100.
972?
8100.
8100.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
God bless.
Thank you. God bless you too. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you go. Someone's already called. Well, anyway, that's great. But unfortunately, LUVI, how our Talkback show has come to an end.
Yes,
and
sure.
just maybe let people know again how to get in contact with your group. So if they're interested, like our friend who just called. So just very quickly before we wrap up.
Okay, we are intending after the showcase in Lautoka, because all our efforts are geared towards the Mini Expo in Lautoka at Shirley Park on February 7 to 8. So after that, we will make it a point that every partner of the group will have their a set of products with them, so that you can buy the products. And for those we are expecting that some people will be interested, some government institutions or NGO will be interested in funding us, so that every partner will have their own machines, so that we can really have the products ready in accordance with the demand. Because the main thing is, if the demand goes up, the production that we have are really very small scale.
All right. Well, thank you so much, LUVI, for sharing your knowledge with us.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you, too, for the privilege of being able to give this talk.
You're most welcome. On Speak Your Mind this week, I'm Luis Kaunisela. Until next week, take care. Ni samo demanda.